Hello everyone, my name is Anastasia and today we'll be playing as Poland. Now Poland of course got a new focus tree in the No Step Back expansion and a lot of videos have been published about Poland already. This will be my first and of course I'll try something different this time. Many of the videos for Poland have been about the monarchist path and those are really a lot of fun. I won't bore you with the Anastasia path, it's not as secret anymore as it used to be. I'll be doing something else. Now the usual campaign for Poland is to build up, give up Danzig to have peace with the Germans, at least for the beginning, take out the Soviet Union and then take revenge on the Germans, and you have an epic campaign. And that's all well and good. And I might do a video on that later because I just like playing Poland and I like playing with the bear. This video will be going the other way around. We'll take out the Germans first. And that seems ambitious, but there is just one king who is perfectly suited to do that, namely the Habsburgs candidate. What is the plan? In terms of the focus tree, we'll assemble a Regency Council and fulfill the 5th of November Act. We will have to make a detour way to the left to get rid of the agrarian revolt here. We'll take a few detours, but I'll show them to you. So let's start with the Regency's Council. Research-wise, well, there's a lot to do here. Infantry equipment needs to be kept up to date, and artillery, of course, and we need to research fighters, keep electronics up to date. But I'll start with the industry and electronics as usual. I won't be showing all of the research, it's pretty generic, all of it. Do keep in mind that in this guide you will get a bonus for construction 2 before construction 1 is finished, so you can keep this one on construction. Also note that Poland does not start out with trucks, so you want to use your 4th research slot as soon as you get it to put it on trucks. Production wise, it's usually a good idea to start with a full round of civilian factories as Poland. I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to make 2 of them and transition into some military factories right after that. This is proven to be a good balance. We are going for an early war with Germany after all. In terms of production, I've been going for at least the artillery production here. So I'll just put 2 on artillery. 2 on support equipment. I'll change the interwar fighters to close air support and put the rest on guns. More queues will be added here as technology develops, but this is what we'll start with. The army, select them all, convert them all to the infantry templates, gather them all here on Warsaw. It's also time to start the game, gather up the entire army, all 40 divisions of them, and consolidate them to 17 divisions and start exercising for some experience to get us started. That's the Regency Council, and we'll go for the 5th of November Act. 5th of November Act is done, and we'll go all the way to left to the 4-year plan. Here's our first royal candidate, Friedrich Christian. We don't want him, we want another one. 4-year plan is done, and we'll go for the extra research slot. Here we are, the Habsburgs candidates. Karl Albrecht von Habsburg has offered his services as king, and we will take him. Here we are, our Habsburgs candidates. First batch of political power is in, 150. And we'll scroll down here to the noble bureaucrat who gives us stability and 15% political power gain. School of Mathematics is done. We'll go back to the November Act, where is it, and do the Restore the Diet of Galicia. We also have an extra research slot, and like I suggested, you should go for the trucks. Diet of Galicia is done, and we'll move all the way back to the left for Fill the Railway Gaps. The next 150 PP can be used for partial mobilization. Fill the railway gaps is done, and it's high time we took agrarian reform. We have 20 experience gathered, that should be enough for now. We'll gather up our first army around the Königsberg pockets, a taste of future things to come. Another 150 political power, and we'll go to limited conscription. Trucks are researched. Be sure to add a few factories to the queue here. Also, I should note, make itself easier on yourself and put a civilian train factory on top of the to-do list. As soon as we start producing military factories, this one will keep us supplied. Agrarian reform is done, and we need to go back here. Support monarchism in Czechoslovakia. I'm going to start training some armies. I'm going to add 1 division to the main army. The focus tree will give us a few more divisions that will fill out the army completely. And I'm training 2 armies of regular cavalry that I can later convert to the right template. Political power is streaming in, but I will need that for the monarchism decisions for Czechoslovakia, so just save it up for now. Also should create an intelligence agency with at least the diplomatic pressure upgrade. Support monarchism is done. We'll go for the soldier king. And we have a bunch of decisions here. You can take propagandize monarchist sentiment at the start only, but later on some of these decisions will be added. I advise you to also use sway Czechoslovakian generals, which will give you some generals, and invest in Czechoslovakia. We need to get this claim strength up to 80 at least. I'd advise 90 because it can drop sometimes. And if it's 100, it doesn't really hurt. And click the decision as soon as it's available again. If we do this quickly enough, we can bypass armed Habsburg militants and just get to unite with Bohemia faster. Click. When you're using an air force and or motorized divisions, and don't forget to refine your fuel some better. We don't have any natural sources of fuel here, so we need to be careful. Above 30 claim strength, you can also do the other decisions, so get to that right away. Meanwhile, the soldier king is done, and we'll go for Institute the Royal Hussars. Click. Please note that I'm improving relations and using a spy on Czechoslovakia for the monarchism event there later. Another click. Political power is draining rapidly. Institute Royal Hussars is done, and if all goes well, you have 80 monarchism support, so I can go for the King of Bohemia right away. I've got 2 of those decisions still running. And some extra elite cavalry have joined my ranks, and I'll add them to the main army. When you've trained up one of those cavalry armies, don't forget to switch them out to infantry. Now that we don't have to take the decisions anymore, we can get an infantry expert for all the bonuses and experience. King of Bohemia event is done, and the Kingdom of Bohemia joins our, kingdom, I guess. We would unite with Bohemia. We need this one first. We can bypass it, and now we can unite with Bohemia. Fighter 1 is done, and I'll add some fighters to the queue. Factories for fighters, of course. We have a big deficit on guns, but the annexation of Czechoslovakia will give us a lot of them, so not to worry just yet. Unite with Bohemia is done. I might add before the Anschluss, actually. I like that. And we can go for the industry focuses on the left, but I'd like to get the Habsburgs claim. If that goes well, it will get Otto von Habsburg on the throne of Hungary, and that will prevent them going into the Axis. I think that's well worth it, since that would cover a part of our flank here. Now we've inherited a sizable army here. Just add them to your own. I do advise you to actually delete the pathetic tank divisions here and just train up 2 more regular infantry divisions to add to that army. Convert all of these other guys to the regular infantry templates and divide them over the line here with Germany, probably till over here, something like this. Ooh, let's not forget about that one. And exercise, of course. Now we have some more industry, and just add more military factories to the mix. We also have some military factories added, just a few. We now no longer have a deficit of guns, and I would like to use a little bit more of artillery. Also, I forgot to do this in the beginning, but this is well in time enough. Add a few anti-air divisions. We are building an air force, but I suspect it will not be enough to hold off the Germans indefinitely. Anti-air can't hurt in that respect. Keep up your trade efficiency as well. 6 rubber is too much to ignore, so just get some rubber from Malaya. Now we're not producing fighters that hard yet, but we did inherit the Czechoslovak Air Force, so organize your Air Force in teams of 100 and start exercising them. Also, we have enough political power to add a war industrialist for more military factories. Austria has been Anschlussed, so now we can deploy an army around the Anschlussed area. Don't forget to convert these guys to the infantry templates. It's high time to assign some generals. I'll put a defensive field marshal on these 3 divisions. They can hold the line here. And just give him charismatic. And as for our offensive army, I'd like to use the king himself, Karl Albrecht. Give him offensive doctrine and also charismatic. And as for the offensive general, I'd like to go with Vladislav Anders here. The King's Guard is done, and we'll go for press the Habsburg claim. Let's improve relations in Hungary. We already have a diplomat on it. Not sure if it matters, but it can't hurt now, can it? We have 2 new divisions added to our main army. Let's have a look here, because those divisions are 7-2s. Well, let's give them another icon to keep track of them, and add cavalry recon at least, and also support artillery. Now, click all the regular infantry templates in your main army, switch them over to that template. We'll have some deficits, but we can handle that, and re-exercise them. This will be our main pushing army, first in the Königsberg pocket and then wherever we want to. Now, the regular infantry template is a bit weakish, so I'll add engineer companies and support anti-air as well. We lack the experience, otherwise I would also add support artillery. We'll get to that a little later. Now I can also see we have 100 political power. We lack just a little bit stability, so I'm going to go for anti-democratic and anti-communist raids. Those will lower your stability at first, but then you will gain slightly more and we'll be fine. Also, I'm going to expand my agency until I have a second spy, and then I will build a collaboration government in Germany. Habsburg's claim is done, and it's all coming together. Kingdom of Hungary, Otto is now in charge and will not join the Axis. Might get him in our alliance later, but for now we will just go back to the industry. Now there's one focus that's really awesome, and I hate not having to take it earlier, and that's National Defense Fund, minus 15% consumer goods factories. Ooh, that's good. And we're seriously getting a good amount of trucks here. Put your armies on a bit of a motorized priority. National Defense Fund is done, and we'll go for invest in Eastern Poland. We can prepare a collaboration government. Now in my case I have a support equipment deficit, so be sure to set operations to priority. This is what we are hoping for, a guarantee independence from the United Kingdom. That means the Germans are justifying on us through a focus, and we'll soon get the Demand Sudetenland event. And here it is, the Demand Sudetenland. We can wait for 13 days, just build up a little more. But of course we're going to select the bottom option. The German war machine stops here. This far and no further. And here is the war. Germany declares war on us, they're alone, Italy hasn't joined yet. The United Kingdom has been called in as our ally with all of the dominions. I suspect that will give us a lot of benefits in terms of air force. I'm going to lower the speed a bit because I'm going to attack myself. And I'm going to invade the Königsberg pocket, which is now completely empty. Won't be for long, I guess. I'll just, you know, move in quickly and secure Königsberg. Although I would like some more German units to appear in here, but they'll usually get here soon enough. Now the Allies invite me. I'm going to decline that. The Allies are best used as a distraction. I think I can handle the Air Force here on my own. And I don't want to be hindered by any democratic rules when I have a peace deal with Germany. Yes, I am that confident I will win this. Now, I'll keep an eye on all of these armies. Basically, they'll just let them defend. Ooh, this is juicy. There are loads of German troops streaming in here. Invest in Eastern Poland is done. I'm going for Royal Officer Corps to get Hungary in my faction a little later. And that's a nice pocket. Already we have occupation going. Set German Reich to a local police force and set the cavalry to actually do the policing. Now the Germans are advancing into our lines here. Pretty stupid because I can just encircle this unit here. No idea why they're doing that. The smart thing to do would be to cut off the Breslau pocket here so we can organize our line. To that end we will use the main army, the Red Army in this case, put them over here. And with an attack order here. Press S to split this army in half, unassign divisions, and set them on this end here with an opposite order. So we'll just pincer this here, select all units and make sure they are railroading to their new positions. Now with the main army arriving here at Breslau pocket, do set them to advance into the enemy line and do so on the other side as well. And see if you can get a cutoff here. And here we are, Breslau is cut off. Now for some reason these guys all forgot that they have orders, so just keep an eye on them and manually set them to closing the pocket as soon as possible. Doesn't have to be beautiful as long as it's effective. The closing of the Breslau pocket is going quite well. There's a lot of divisions here. It's nice to herd them all into one spot so you can see how many you're actually killing. And here we are. Let's have a look what that did to the Germans. 400,000 casualties. Not bad, not bad. I don't count as a major yet. 24,000 casualties. The next smart thing to do would be either to cut off the Alps, the Austrians here, or another smaller piece of Germany here, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to redeploy my main attack army, the red one. Just delete their order, put them here on a small front line and just aim them for Stettin. Don't forget to close this line here. Well, the pink army here is not doing that much, so let's just give them a new order. These guys are all geared towards defense. You can attack them, I guess. Oh wait, what just happened? Lithuania. Okay. And they joined the Allies. Let's advance. Now usually when you've killed these three pockets, this line here becomes very lightly defended. And this isn't doing too hot either, but it's usually 1 or 2 divisions per tile. And here it's 1 division per tile, so I do advise you to set up your main army to move west from here, from the border through Berlin and all the way to Hamburg. And see what you can grab there. Royal Officer Corps is done and we'll go for a Habsburg alliance. We're having some trouble getting across the river here. It's understandable. But here we are. And now the river crossing is secure. The road to Berlin is pretty much open. And we have Berlin. Not here but long shot yet, but we're certainly making progress. And it's always nice to see the event pop up for Poles capturing Berlin. The Polish juggernaut cannot be stopped. No, that is correct. And we're really ripping the Germans apart now. Holes are everywhere in their lines. The Habsburg alliance has been completed. And we are now in a Habsburgs Pact, which is a very cool faction name. We shall set aside our differences for now. That's cool. Our next focus is the Central Region strategy. Germany is on the brink of capitulation. Ooh, Vienna is about to fall. There we are. And that's 100%. Great. Now we have Germany and Germany alone in the peace deal. And there's just some allies in there who will have to follow democratic rules. I don't, so I'll just take all states and unselect Brandenburg, puppet the Germans in there. I want them to take all of Germany, except the stuff that might be non-German cores, such as Kashubia and Silesia here. I'll just take those myself. The allies can liberate them otherwise, and the same goes for Austria. We'll add those to our own stuff, and the rest is all Germany, if I'm not mistaken. And that's the peace deal. Poland took 6 states, German Empire was puppeted, and we are a very chunky Poland now. Now, a smart thing to do is to halt the production of new factories in your own territory, except the ones that we're already building, and go for immediate production in German territory to get your autonomy down as fast as possible. There, that looks nice and will certainly earn us a German annexation soon enough. I am going to annex the Germans and drain some of their manpower, so I'm ready for the Soviets. I do believe that'll be a part 2 or an extension of this video. This is good enough for one session already. This is actually the best opening strategy Poland I have seen, because it will get you all of Germany in 1939. We have kick-ass industry and a good army to show for it. Anyway, this is a great opening strategy for Poland. On to a world conquest or whatever your goal is. And pretty much every Polish achievement is ready to be achieved here. So I'll leave you to it. Hope you enjoyed this. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.